just a conversation. What you wanna do, tell them turn up the bass, yeah. Turn up the bass, yeah, yeah. Turn up the bass, staying up late, just a conversation. What you wanna do, tell them turn up the bass, yeah. Turn up the bass, yeah, yeah. Turn up the bass, yeah, yeah.
Welcome everyone to the Bass Podcast. We have revamped it, and I will be the main host, and we'll have co-hosts on the regular. Today's guest is Mark Noyer, local comic and amazing human being.
I would not go that far.
Yeah, I was about to. I was looking at you for that one.
Yeah, that's silly. That's not true.
Well, a good friend of the podcast, the Bass and the Hacks and that Slander podcast, which he has been on. And how's it going today, Mark?
Dude, today's good. It's it's a beautiful day, man. It's my 21st month of sobriety from hard drugs, and it's also the first day that I am taking the step into like living in my van for comedy, like going out and like this is what I'm going to be doing. You know what I mean?
Got it.
So the beautiful thing is the van is fucked. So so it's been a very interesting first day, but we got it all moved around. It's in a safe spot now, and all I need is a few weeks to get it right, and then it's perfect. You know, it'll be perfect for living in it. Fits a mattress. It's great. Today's been great.
Awesome. That's good. So you have mugs, right? How did that idea come about?
I actually have 2 in my van right now. I need to give to Monica and PJ. But the mugs, dude, were an idea that I've had for a while. Because I've been thinking, like, what merch do I want, right? I don't want hats. I don't want shirts. Everyone has those.
Yeah.
And I'm good friends with Pam Benjamin, she runs Mutiny Radio. Mm-hmm. Are you familiar?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, she's a comic. And really good friends with her. And I crash at her place a lot. She's, like, been a fucking lifesaver for me when I'm out in the city. When Bart's not running, you know what I mean? Like, I could go crash at her spot. It's been great.
Yeah.
She had these mugs that are like, it almost looked like Dr. Seuss mugs. You familiar with the books, Dr. Seuss? Yeah. Yeah, it seemed like it was like out of a fucking Dr. Seuss book. These mugs, like the way that the handle was, it was like this crazy cool color, and they were dope. And I was like, these are fucking sick. Who made these? Emma Brennan. You know, she makes the mugs.
Did you know her before that, Emma?
I had heard of her. I think I had heard of her. I don't know. I wouldn't go as far as say that I knew her, but we'd seen each other around and stuff. And then I messaged her about the mugs, and she was all about it. So she gave me a good deal on them, and we've been fully rocking ever since. We sold out the first time. First batch of mugs sold out within like 5 minutes at Cobb's. It was I didn't even understand that people would want. Like, I was like, I don't know, I'm going to have a merch. It'll be cool. Like, I'll probably sell a few, whatever. Yeah. I didn't have the long-term goal or the long-term thought process of it. But now that I saw the demand.
But I think that's very unique. Like as you said, people don't want hats. Like, I bought a mask from one comic, like that's like a mask is cool. Like, that's different, a little different during COVID.
During
that's
COVID,
cool.
It was cool, yeah.
That's cool. But
like
shirts are also cool, but mugs, I don't really see comedians or even like musicians selling mugs, or have someone they know that makes them.
Right.
And
yeah, it's a beautiful fucking like relationship that her and I have, because she is wicked at what she does. She's getting really good at comedy too, but she's so good at the fucking pottery. Like, it's her craft. And my, the only thing I do is comedy. It's the only thing I'm good at. So she's, and I, to say that I'm good, I don't know, but I feel like I'm okay at it, and it's the only thing that I am okay at. I feel like it's like one of the biggest things. So I took that, like, it's like you got to have merch, so the mugs were the move. I was also thinking of this one time when I was in like middle school, a friend of mine went to a concert, and they gave him the merch was one of those like jelly bracelet kind of things, but it was a USB. So it snapped together with a USB, and the USB had their new album on it.
That's really smart.
Yeah.
I've never seen that, actually.
But those are, you would have to buy like 1 billion of them.
Got it. So it would be like a few cents each? Or not
Yeah,
50
if
cents, but
you bought a
few
lot
dollars,
of them,
lot
I
of-
mean, like,
lot of-
a lot of them. But
Not a
if
few
you're only
cents,
looking
but
to get like
a lot.
100 of them, you're gonna have to spend like $700.
$700.
It's like that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the mugs, I'm like, I'm getting the mugs at a great price. She gave me a good price, and because I was like I think I was one of the first comics to like commission her for like merch.
Have any other comics commissioned her since?
Yeah, we started a trend.
Got it.
You're gonna be seeing a lot, not a lot, but there's a couple so far.
You want to shout anyone out that might
No,
be?
fuck him. Buy my mug.
Yeah, buy his mug.
Yeah, buy my. What are you talking about? Buy my mug.
Buy his mug.
Fuck yeah, fuck him. No, they're good. They're good people. The comic that commissioned her, he's a good guy and stuff. But it's like, I got an idea. You know what I mean? I had an idea.
So when are you planning to move to Austin?
Well, that's crazy because she's actually the one that's kind of spearheading it because she's planning to move out there in September, and she's been asked. She's like, "Hey, you gotta come. You gotta come." Her and her boyfriend. I'm like, "All right, well." I was thinking about it, but now that it's like it all kind of fell together when the lease came up at my apartment, and I was like, "Well, I'll just move into the van for the rest of the year, save up money with the comedy. I'm making money in comedy, so it's like it's perfect. I've been homeless like 3 times, but I was never making money in comedy.
Yeah.
I was like trying to like get a job. Like
Being homeless in the Bay Area is like really, really rough.
no, it's not that bad.
I've been homeless in the Bay Area without a car.
Yeah.
With if you have a car, maybe you could sleep somewhere. But
Yeah.
I was homeless in Oakland. You know,
yeah.
like sleeping in one of those shelters in Berkeley at night.
No.
That's and then going to San Francisco in the daytime, maybe trying to sell some things. You know.
Yeah,
And
I
just,
wouldn't.
that's where I was. Like
Yeah, sure.
Like 3 years ago. Yeah.
If I could give advice to anyone who's ever going to run into homelessness or that is currently in homelessness, get out of the shelters. If you're in the Bay Area, get out of the shelters. They're dangerous, right?
Yeah.
Clearly, they're dangerous. You get your shit stolen. You get beat up. You get a lot of different things will happen to you.
The
in
youth,
shelters.
the only shelters that are okay or semi decent are the ones under 24, 25. They have like the youth shelters.
Yeah.
Where it's like 18 and up, or like even but those are a little better because you could live there for like a few months if
Wow.
anything. There's programs where you could like in Oakland in
But there's
like
a curfew.
like Jack London, you get to stay there. And in the daytime, you get to go in and out, like once, like, and then, but of course they like check your bags when you come back in.
Right, you can't be bringing a bunch of shit in there. And there's a curfew.
There is a curfew. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. As an artist, I can't do a curfew.
With a curfew, you can't do that because.
But I guess it's like, well, what are you gonna do? Do you wanna stay at a shelter, get a job, work the job, save up money, to get an apartment, to never stop working a job, to not be able to really pursue your art? And that's where my mind is. It's like I'm so focused on my art, my craft. It's like I'm no longer thinking, where's the net? I need to get a job. Like I kind of like if it works for my schedule, it has to really work for my schedule. I'm not working Fridays and Saturdays, and a lot of jobs that's not an option. They're like, well, you got it. And I'm like, well, I'm not gonna. I'm not working. I'm not working weekends. I'm not working nights, and I'm not coming in to work at 5 a.m. So there's those are my standards. Match them or don't, and if they won't, I'm not looking for that job. Like cannabis clubs, I would love to work at a cannabis club if they would give me a midday shift. But the midday shift, for some reason, is like the most valuable thing in the world. I'm not working. I'm not closing. I'm not opening. Mm-hmm. Right? And I want tips, and I want hourly, and I want commission. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want all those things, and I don't want to work more than like fucking 15 hours a week because I don't need to. I make enough money on comedy. If I could get a job where the time frames matched up, the pay structure matched up, then great. Then would you?
So I created my own job, like with my photography and videography, like doing that. Would you create your own job somehow, doing like other than doing the stand up? Would you create a job like maybe start a podcast or something like when you move to Austin, or like maybe host a room or like along those lines?
Producing is always going to be something that I can do as a comic. If it's comedy related, I consider that making money in comedy. I'm not saying I'm a fucking road comic and I'm past at all the clubs and I've done weekends. No. But I make money in comedy. I make not like the most money in the world, but I make enough money. I'm okay. If I could get a job where it matched up all those things I just said to maybe add more so that I can do more comedy, then I would take that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. How are you preparing for your show at Cobb's on August 13th?
It's a great question. but I haven't. I just realized I didn't even finish my thought. I'm so sorry. Do you want to hit the weed pen?
Oh, I didn't know if it's weed or not.
No, it's weed. Yeah. If you're homeless and you're an artist, I'd recommend two things: moving out of Oakland into San Francisco, because first of all, the weather is so much better. The amount of food options for people that are homeless it's huge out there, and not getting in a shelter. I mean, it sucks, but I've slept on the concrete a lot. You know what I mean? But as an artist, like, you're gonna run into nights where you can have people like you can couch surf sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, maybe one time out of the week, a friend is like, "All right, yeah, you crash on the couch, whatever." As an artist, like as a comic, like I'm hanging out with comics till 4 a.m. anyways, a lot of nights, and someone's going home. Someone has a couch. You know what I mean? Like, what's the difference? Oh, I'm too drunk to get home to Hayward. Can I crash at your place? There's no difference. There's no difference if it's, hey, I don't have a home. Can I crash at your place? It's still 4 a.m. You're still both drunk. One of you's on coke. You know what I mean? And if you do have to sleep on the street, I recommend sleeping in the Richmond district or the Sunset district because they're the most safe districts. You don't want to sleep downtown. You don't want to be around people.
Like in Berkeley was kind of fine because I would sleep in the church.
Right.
But we'd slept on like mats on the floor, like kind of like at night.
Yeah.
Like in the daytime, we would have we would stay in Oakland, and in the daytime would go try to go to Berkeley most of the time.
Yeah.
And
I never did those shelters. I've never done it.
I lost a lot of my belongings during that time.
Sure.
And I wasn't able to like do photography.
Right.
Like I only had a phone, and my phone was like an old like iPhone mini, you know.
Oh, wow.
12 mini. Like I couldn't do like great pictures on it, like with the newer phones.
Right.
Or like record great video, and I had like 64 gigabytes of storage, which is like nothing like if you're a photographer.
Yeah.
So I was just trying to make it. So my mom took me back in. My family kind of like.
That's a blessing.
Yeah, it is a blessing, and then now I'm surrounding myself with people that I don't feel uncomfortable with.
Yeah.
And everything's going day by day.
Yeah. 1% better every day.
Yeah.
That's what I like to say. Fucking, that's a beautiful thing, man. Yeah, homelessness is no joke, but there's ways around, there's ways to get around and be safe. Safety, I think, is the most important thing as a homeless person. But anyways, sorry. I'm fucking baked. So
Me too.
You're talking about how am I preparing for fucking August 13th?
Yeah, so yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I was going to add on to the question, but
you can add on to it.
Like, are you practicing your material on like at every like the one that you have prepared for Cobb's, or is it? I'm not a comic, so I'm not quite. PJ always practices his bits on me, so it's like
I'm surprised you haven't killed yourself yet.
I contemplated that a few times.
I'm surprised you have not murdered everyone in this house and then murdered yourself on top of their dead bodies, and then mung dive on them. Wait, I don't want to make this podcast like PJ's podcast. Shout out to PJ. I'm looking at my phone because so I still have to update this list because I've actually written new jokes that I'm gonna add to this set. But I mean, you can take a look. I mean, that's how long my list is so far. So I'm gonna add more jokes, and those aren't like all. I haven't written out those jokes. Those are all individual jokes.
Got it.
So there's like 3, 6, 9, 12, 17 on this list so far, and I think I have maybe 3 or 4 new ones that I haven't even added to that list. And the problem with that is that it's going to be about 45-minute set, right? Mm-hmm. That's the idea. I'm shooting for 30 or for 45. If I only get 30, that's fine. It's not the end of the fucking world. It's gonna be like a 2-hour show any fucking ways. That's how it shows.
Yeah, you guys have a packed lineup. You want to shout any names out?
Nope, fuck them.
Fuck them.
No.
Right?
We got Hanson Ortiz. We got Ernest Evangelista, and front office opening. We have.
Love those guys.
Oh yeah, they're all phenomenal. All 3 of those people are great. I love Hanson Ortiz and Ernest Evangelista a lot. And then my favorite comedian, Spencer Devine, is going to be hopefully they have him featuring, and then Emily Rudolph is going to be hosting, and she's new and she's dope. I've had her host my my
I've
Sunday
seen
show.
her
Badgers and Jam.
Badgers and Jam. Yeah. I
Yeah.
watched. I was listening to in when you guys were on, you and Emma.
Oh really?
Also, by the way, I talked to Charlie recently. He came on my live on his
Who?
on this Abe on his Charlie on his
Oh, it's Charlie.
on his Charlie. Yeah.
And he has one of my AirPods.
Yeah, I told him about it. I was like, I told him the story about how you and Emma came on the podcast and you said something about your AirPods, so I mentioned it.
That's awesome.
He
yeah.
was like, yeah, I still have it at my house.
Yeah. He's gonna have it in his windowsill for the rest of his life, like a fucking like those white chicks with the crystals. Yeah. So I'm working on. So that's the lineup, and they're all dope, and I love all of them. Spencer Devine is so fucking funny.
Yeah, I remember seeing Spencer. Yeah, he's very.
It's insane.
He's hilarious.
He's been doing it for like I think over 10 years, and he just recently started like coming out of his shell.
Got it.
And like kind of reaching out and like taking bookings and like actually I think kind of throwing the shit at the wall and seeing like what's gonna really happen, like what's the worst that could happen. You know, it's almost because like a lot of people, they don't believe it in themselves, or they don't think the people like it or whatever it may be. But once you actually just give a little bit of that energy towards believing in yourself or like trying, it's crazy what will happen, because now he's really doing well in San Jose right now. He just got up at the Improv and they loved him. Of course, they loved him. He just got up at Alameda roast battle that I lost, but he got up and got a booking out of Patrick for a fucking showcase.
Wow.
And that's just gonna that's a
Longevity is key, right?
Dude,
in comedy,
in
right?
anything in life.
Longevity.
Longevity is the result.
And
having longevity is like having the result of hard work, dedication, and actually being not delusional. Like delusion, it runs rampant, especially in
grounded.
comedy. Being grounded and being realistic.
What helps
with
you
yourself.
be stay grounded? Even like.
Well, the fact that I'm the best comedian that's ever lived, it's pretty. No, I don't know, dude. My life, I live on the ground.
Yeah,
I've lived on the ground. I
Yeah.
know how to be grounded.
You don't live in a high rise, you know.
No, dude, I don't. Even if it's like when you realize like you're not shit. I was snorting like an 8-ball. One time I snorted a whole fucking 8-ball in a whole night, just myself. Maybe it was 2.5 grams, because I think I gave a gram away because I had it and I was like, fuck it, here, and I jerked off for like a whole over 24 hours.
Was that the time where you had to reel the dildo out?
No, that was before the coke. That was the Adderall. And yeah, dude, I guess I just told that story again on stage.
Yeah.
And I had a guy come up to me yesterday and tell me about the story. And he was like, I loved that story so much. I just saw you at Mars Bar on Wednesday. I loved it so much. And I told my friend about it. And he had told me that he had the same situation. But what he did is he sat on the toilet and tried to shit it out. But it came out and it broke the toilet. That's what he told me. And I was like,
that heavy?
That's a heavy... Dude, that's a heavy dildo. Oh, did he put like a pool ball up his ass? Like, that's heavy.
Got it. And with the momentum of it, like, being shot out.
Yeah, he's got a fucking powerful asshole, dude. Dude, he's been in the gym, dude, working out the asshole.
Oh, my next question is, what are your go-to spots in the Bay Area for comedy?
May's Oyster House.
Got it.
On Fridays, 7 o'clock and 9 o'clock. Those are my go-to spots.
Who hosts that?
We like to have Tony Sparks there.
Tony Sparks?
Yeah. And
Legend?
I'm not just saying it because it's like the show that I run, but it's like it's my favorite bar. As a comic, I get treated like an artist. They give me fucking booze. They give me whatever. They give me love, you know?
Yeah.
And venues that treat me like an artist get my love and appreciation and support, because they support me and what I'm trying to do. And they always have a fucking proper audience. Other than that, I like Copper Spoon as well. Copper Spoon's open mic is fucking insane that it's even...
Tony Sparks as well?
No.
No? Or
no,
who's doing
on
that
Wednesdays, and it's normally either Big T or Honiton, because they produce the show.
Got it.
Mutiny Radio is always dope, especially for people that are just like new, like not necessarily just new, but a lot of new comics go through there because it's like It's a small knit room. It's low key. You can listen back to your audio on the online. Go-to spots, man. I think those are pretty much my jam. I like those a lot. Maze is just some of the best comedy I've ever even done. I think Maze is like, that's my room, dude. Like, that's where I love that room. And that's actually where I've been working out most of my material for Cobbs, right? So I'd probably do almost an hour there every weekend. 15 minutes a set, 4 sets. So I do every weekend I do 2 sets, Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
So that room is where I work out Maze is where I work out most of my material.
I'm definitely gonna try to make it with certain someone this next week.
Dude, you were saying that. I hope you do, and I also hope that I can move because I was supposed to be at Cobb's that Friday, but I like Maze a lot, so I'm gonna try to move my Cobb's to Saturday so that I have Saturday and Sunday.
Got it. Whole like 3 day.
Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, you said the 11th.
Yeah,
right?
11th.
Yeah, the 11th is the Friday. That's the Friday before my show on Sunday. This Friday, I'm not at Maze either. I'm at Hanato Ortiz's thing.
I'm gonna let's shout that one out.
Yeah,
shout that one out.
Yeah, it's the Valhalla. You can look it up. You're gonna be there. The Valhalla show.
I'll be there. I'm gonna be shooting that. Let me see the flyer.
Yeah, it's
I can put the flyer on the screen as well.
Yeah, flash it up when and post.
Yeah,
it's gonna be dope. There's gonna be wrestlers. There's gonna be comedy. There's gonna be There's gonna be a lot of things. It's gonna be great.
Dead Rabbits, right?
The Dead Rabbit show.
Okay. At the Monkey House Theater in Berkeley.
Yep.
August 4th. It doesn't have the lineup. Hold on.
Ooh. You're gonna have to take that out and post too.
I will.
The lineup is me,
sure.
Spencer Devine, Hanaton Ortiz, Stroy Moyd. And there's gonna be like a joke off, where a lot of comics are gonna the comics are just gonna be in the building. So there's gonna be a lot of special guests,
and then wrestling, right?
And then there's gonna be wrestling.
Which I've never experienced, like a variety show of this.
This is my second time with him on it. The first one he did was at the Sheldon Theater, and I bombed. I got booed off stage, and I was drunk. I drank like an entire bottle. I believe it was Captain Morgan, and I don't even like rum like that, but it was the whole bottle, and then half of another bottle. I think it was Jameson, and that's probably actually reversed. I think it was Jameson that I drank the whole bottle of because I can do that for sure. I do that on a Friday easily. Actually, what I do at this point is I drink a half bottle on Friday at Maze. I drink pretty much almost a whole half bottle of Jameson. And then on Saturdays, I drink another half bottle. So that's one full bottle every weekend. And the owner actually just told me yesterday that I'm no longer drinking Jameson. He's going to have me drinking a different whiskey.
What was the longest bender you've been on?
Oof.
Because I've been on a week-long bender in Russia, just drinking that Jägermeister.
Yeah, that's a hot.
At the dacha, like the village, and like that's what villages are called. Like where you live, like a house in a village, like outside of the city, is called a dacha. I know. I speak Russian.
Yeah, you're like a vegan.
I used to be vegan.
Yeah, you bring that shit up every time I see you. I speak Russian. I don't give a shit.
Иди нахуй.
No, that is really cool, dude. I wish that I knew another language, but I don't. And Russian is cool. I mean, that's a cool.
Russian
cool
is
language.
very like, just because Russians like to raise their voice, so it sounds like they're fighting all the time.
Right.
So from the outside, it sounds like maybe like Italians. I don't know.
Like Italian, yeah, that's a safer option. Yeah, like Italians. That's what I said.
Exactly. Cut it out in post.
Take it out in post. Oh, dude. The longest bender I've been on, fuck, dude. I mean, I don't like drinking benders.
What about like other sorts of benders?
So I was on a weekend bender. Well, I mean, yeah, that's a great question because it's like I don't know, dude.
5 minutes.
There was so many times where I would I would just get hotel rooms. This is how fucked up I was, dude. I would get hotel rooms. I had a place to stay. I had my own room and shit in Oakland, but I would get a hotel room, and I would get all my Adderall, and I would go to the hotel room with my dildos and my fucking fleshlight.
Sounds fun.
And I would just fuck myself, dude, for like the whole period. I would go in the room and I would not leave the room. I would not leave the room until checkout.
Have they?
Have I ever ruined a hotel room? Yes, I have. Is that your next question?
Yes.
Yes, I have.
And have they ever banned you from the hotel chain?
So the Blue Light Motel and
I've been banned from what's it called? Comfort Inn once. I think I might be banned from there still.
all of the Comfort Inns.
One or what's that one inn that? What are name a few inns? Different ones like the main one, the big chain. The big chain.
The Motel 6.
Motel 6. There you go. I was banned from Motel 6 for getting a room for another person, and then they fucked it up because I went there in the morning and then they weren't there at all, so they probably got kicked out at night. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, for real.
No.
And then I tried a week later to go back and get a room for myself, and then they were like, "Yeah, it shows on our record that you no longer could stay at our chains anymore." I was like, "For what reason? Like I never did anything at the chain. It says here like blah 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 like or in Berkeley
in
Berkeley yeah. Or not really, but they just said like when it was. So I connected the dots. Yeah, it was
somebody fucked up the room.
Yeah, someone fucked up the room.
And it wasn't
probably not me. It was not me. The times I went there, it was like all cool.
Have you ever fucked up a room?
I've been in rooms where there was a party in one in San Jose where someone started smoking in the closet. So like cigarettes. Yeah. And then the security came up like 5 minutes later, and then kicked all of us out. It would have been fine if they didn't start smoking in the closet.
Yeah.
So someone smelled the smoke in the hallway.
Oh, no.
Yeah. We got kicked out, and then the person throwing the party tried to make every one of us pay like a few dollars.
Oh, really?
I was like, no, bro, no. Like split it between us.
Yeah, he Venmo me $15.
Yeah, Venmo me $15 for this chick smoking in the closet.
No, the Blue Light Motel in Ripon, California, that you're allowed to smoke cigarettes in. That's the kind of hotel it was. It was not a good one.
That Motel 6, you could smoke. There's smoking rooms, so
yeah.
So you can't. I don't know what they could have done. Maybe they were like yelling at each other, like screaming, or maybe they had like other sorts of like I don't know.
I don't know. I'll tell you this. Isn't it about to switch over?
We have 2 minutes.
2 minutes. So I'll tell you this. The hotel I did fuck up was that one that I was just telling you about. And it was another one of those stories where I was fucking my ass. And I put a towel down on the bed because I didn't want it to... I didn't know if, I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know how clean it was going to be or, you know how an asshole is. It has shit sometimes.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like just straight boo-boo. But I had the blanket or the towel down and I'm doing, you know what I mean? 14 hours of just fucking my ass. Probably 18 hours in total of jerking off. So after I'm done, it's like this, what's called Santorum, which is like ass cum. But it's mixed with a little bit of like...
It's like creamy texture, right?
Yeah, a little bit. It's like, it's got something. It's got a little boo-boo in there, like a little, like the coloration. It's all over the towel. And... put the towel put the towel in the bathroom and go to check out the next day, and he wants to do a walkthrough. So we walk through, and he finds the towel, and he like picks it up. It was like, "What is this?" And I told him that I was just clean. I had to clean the shower because it was so dirty, and he didn't believe me. And I was like, "Well, that's what happened." And he's like, "No." And I looked down at the ground. And there's a cockroach crawling. And I was like, look, dude, there's cockroaches in here. This is a filthy fucking room.
Yeah.
I had to clean it. He's, no. So, yeah, dude. He wanted me to pay for the towel, and I didn't do it.
Oh, shit.
No, but I'm not allowed back there. I still have their room key, though.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
So I have a joke for you.
Okay.
Ever tried eating a clock?
Nope.
It's time consuming. Mm-hmm. Let's end it on that.
Great.
That was an impressive. That was an impressive clap.
I fucking clap so often, dude.
I clap them cheeks.
Well, there you go.
Okay. So.
Didn't we leave off on a like the worst joke I've ever heard in my life?
Yes.
Okay.
What happens when you eat a clock?
Dude. Oh. When you smoke weed, your face gets red as fuck.
Me?
Dude. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. No, you look fine. I'm stoned, to be honest with you. I'm fucking baked.
Yeah, me too. So your comedy, right? It's probably brought you to many different encounters, like in life, right?
Yeah.
What's the most like interesting experience you've had through comedy? Like maybe after a show where you met someone.
I got in a fist fight with a Nazi in Manteca, California.
Oh, it went viral, right? Was that the video?
No. That was
a biker.
That was a biker, yeah. Which isn't a Nazi necessarily, right? But no, the biker and him and I didn't get in a fight. But after a show in Manteca, it wasn't even a show; it was an open mic. This guy was like fucking harassing this black guy that we all knew. He was a wicked pool player, dude. Just such a good pool player. But he was like a drunk, and he was Jamaican. I think it was Jamaican Joe was his name, which was like probably a pretty racial thing. But he called himself that, so who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
So this dude was like in this fool's face about whatever the fuck, just like being fucking, and then started doing the fucking salute and was like being just a cunt. And I stood up. No one else stood up. I fucking stood up, and then fucking this dude was tall as fuck, you know, and he fucking got my shit stomped in. But at least Joe didn't, you know. So that was probably one of the craziest things.
Have you ever hooked up after a show?
Yeah, the first time I lived inside of my not my RV, my SUV, outside of Delirium, I met this chick, and I told her I was like, didn't have a home, and she didn't really believe me, I don't think. And we got back in my SUV, and she went to go like grab my dick, and I had this hole in my Levi 501s that were from like here to like here, and it was like just ripped, bro. It was just a fucking massive hole in my jeans.
Yeah.
And her arm went right into that hole, and she was like, "Oh shit, you are homeless." I was like, "Yeah." And then she sucked my dick, and that's where I came up with the term hobosexual, like in my own reality. But I know it's got to be a universal.
So you have. So, would you ever have a sidekick, like someone you would like? What was that one show that? Co-comedy? Was that co-comedy? No, that was a low-key comedy where Sammy and Paulia would go on stage after each person's set and like riff off of them, and like there would be two people, and you know what I mean. Would you ever have a sidekick, or would you want to work by yourself alone
on stage?
Like on stage.
Yeah, I want to be by myself.
By myself, okay.
Yeah, I don't need any help.
Yeah.
I don't like when the audience talks. I don't like when anyone talks. It's my job to do the talking. If I specifically ask you a question and you give me an answer, that's where the conversation ends.
And how do you deal with hecklers nowadays?
I shoot them in the fucking head. So, you know, it's and it's hard because then it's hard to get rebooked, but they need to die. So it's hard to get rebooked, but you know, so no, you know, you just deal with them. I used to get mad, but now it's like I just tell them. I usually go right into like the flesh, like you're a fleshlight with fucking legs, or you know, you're just a fucking fleshlight with earrings or whatever I say. I just say I have like these different little catchphrases that I say. I'll start slapping my stomach. I do crazy shit. I'm a different artist. I'm different.
I've seen that set that you sent over to me. That was
which one? The Mother's Day set?
Mother's Day
Oh,
set.
yeah.
Yeah, that was. I liked how you rolled in and how you ended it. That was very.
Yeah.
Very smooth to watch, you know, and edit as well.
That's awesome. Thank you, man. I really appreciate you. That set was cool because when I got on stage, they didn't respond to my, like, I was like, how many moms or mothers are in the audience? And like nobody said anything. And I was like, none. There's no mothers here at the Mother's Day show. This is crazy. And then it just like, I just started beating them, beating them to death with words. And then they were just, and that's how I describe my comedy, is I just beat them with my words.
So as you move to Austin, are you researching different, like, are you doing any research on the comedy in Austin, or like watching videos, or like researching online, or do you already know certain people there?
Yeah,
and,
I have connections.
And have you ever been to Austin?
Nope, I've been to Dallas.
So like what differentiates the Austin crowd with San Francisco, for example?
As far as I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna find out. I haven't. I mean. What I've heard is it's very similar to San Francisco. Mm-hmm. Austin is very similar to San Francisco in the sense of like, not like the homelessness, but just like the kind of like just the artistry, like old school San Francisco. What I wish the San Francisco still was like all the artistry. Now it's like it's impossible, dude. People don't come out for comedy at all in San Francisco right now. Like it's hard. It's hard. Even people that have a good, like you can book rooms, like great, but like, if you're not Chappelle, like you're not getting people to come. You're not selling out. Like very, very little amount of people are selling out in San Francisco right now because San Francisco sucks.
Yeah.
So, and it's not like the scene. Like the scene's cool. It's just like the audience is kind of like, it seems like they suck sometimes. And I don't, not like in the sense of like, oh, I blame bad sets on the audience. It's like the audience, the people that come to comedy shows, like the good ones, the good audience members are so like. There's so few of them. So I'm hoping Austin is different in the sense where like it has like people who want to laugh. They're not coming to a show because they want to have a fucking opinion. Like that's my job, is to have an opinion, right? Yeah. My job is to have an opinion, explain it to you, my opinion, in a way that you laugh. I'm not trying to convince you of something. I'm trying to make you laugh. This isn't a fucking TED Talk. This isn't. I didn't go to college. You know what I mean? Everyone out in the fucking Bay Area is like college. I didn't go to college. I barely graduated high school. Like, what the fuck, dude? You're not going to learn anything from me. I'm not going to convince you of my ideals. Yeah. That's not what my job is. My job is to make you fucking laugh. And it seems like San Francisco has that problem. The whole Bay Area has that fucking problem. And I think it's really a California fucking thing, to be honest with you. But we'll see what happens. I can deal with this. I've dealt with this. I've succeeded to a certain degree in the San Francisco scene. I've succeeded, so I'm sure I'll do just fine in Austin. I'm not trying to be famous. I just want to get to a point to where I can go do gigs. I just want to go do gigs. Mm-hmm. I want to get paid $500, $600 for a gig every Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And if I can get more than that, great. Awesome. But I'm looking for like just enough to go explore. Not have to worry about if I can afford the Jack in the Box that I'm craving right now. And, you know, I saw Sonic. I'm like, fuck, I want some Sonic.
Let's go get some after the show.
Probably, yeah. I'm pretty much set on that. So, yeah, dude, I'm stoked for Austin. I haven't done very much research. I've only heard great things. I got a friend who runs 1 or 2 rooms out there, at least open mics. And he's getting laced in with all the people who run shows. My plan is to find a venue that doesn't have a show. And
are there any comedy collectives in Austin? Like Mutiny or Hella Funny?
Oh, I don't know. I'm sure they're everywhere.
Yeah,
those collectives, they're fucking. You and PJ are a collective.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like there's always going to be a friend group. Everyone has their own friend group.
Yeah,
it's a matter
of
like
a lot of cliques out here in the Bay
for sure. And what does every individual person bring to the table, other than the fact that they think that they're funny? Right? Okay, you're funny. Great. What else can you do? You know. Yeah. Can you speak into a microphone? Can you have a conversation? Do you know how to hold a conversation? Fucking, can you produce a show? Can you run a show? Can you host? Can you run a door? Are you trustworthy? Like, any of these things. Most comics aren't even fucking trustworthy. So they ain't even got that going for them.
So, San Francisco is home to numerous iconic landmarks, like the Golden Gate Bridge. And how do you incorporate, like, landmarks in the Bay Area into your comedy, if any way?
I don't know. I try my best not to. Like the Bart joke that I have right now, that the clip, that 30-second or whatever minute clip I have of the Bart, that's like, I try not to do those jokes. I try my best to get away from the area specific jokes, because those aren't going to work in Austin. Those aren't going to work in Iowa, right? Like, what the fuck is a BART? No one knows what a BART is in Iowa. No. It even sometimes backfires at me in San Francisco because there's a lot of tourists. So it's like that, like 30% of the room doesn't know what the fuck the BART is, and everyone else is laughing, and everyone else is looking at each other like, what the fuck is a BART?
Mm-hmm. So, since COVID restrictions have been pulled completely, like, what were you doing during COVID? How did you spend your COVID time?
Jerking off
and
eating Adderall and jerking off, and then
getting
jerking off.
Dildos.
And yeah, and I had a when I was on drugs, I was jerking off, dude. Like, people maybe think it's a joke. It's really not a joke. It's a sad reality.
Yeah, I've been through that. Yeah, I understand.
I was spending comedy wise, I was doing like the David Dominguez had a bunch of open mics at the Lake Merritt, and then also one in, I think, in Alameda. How old were you in 2020?
2020 was 3 years ago, so 21.
Yeah. I was 24. No, 3 years ago. 27. So 4 years. Yeah. I was 20. I was 24, and I was running the Crazy Horse strip club when COVID hit. So that's what I continued to do underground, though, with them, was run the strip club. And then I ended up moving into the strip club and living there during COVID. So I guess that's a better answer to your question. I was jerking off in the strip club that I was living in.
Nice.
And running.
Nice.
Yeah. So that was interesting. I did a lot of coke at that strip club upstairs in my little room. A lot. I've jerked off on camera there a lot too. On purpose? Well, I mean, there's cameras in every room. Yeah. Everywhere in that strip club there's a camera. So before I moved into the porn star's dressing room, I was living inside what was called the luxury room. It was the highest room room we had. It was a $500 room. So for an hour you can spend $500 and get this like room with a leather couch. That was a leather couch and a big TV. It was like nicely painted, really nice lighting and shit. Did you have a lot of? There was two. Were you pimping back then? No, I don't pimp. But or like, did you have a lot of? A lot of chicks coming in. No, I had a couple of different girlfriends or whatever, but it was always off and I've always been off and on with like relationships. So it's like I'll be off and I'll start talking to this person, and this person is all off with them, and it's like a back and forth, never ending thing. But I was dating two different strippers. One worked at the club, one didn't work at the club. Nice. One worked at a different club in the city. Nice. Yeah, it was, and I guess I don't know if one of them I was dating for sure. The other one, I don't know what you would consider it, but we were fucking. You know what I mean? We were seeing each other off and on and stuff. It was great. But that was COVID for me. COVID was. I'm gonna write a book about it probably someday, or a movie. Living at that strip club, we recorded a music video there. So speaking of music videos, I shoot music videos myself. Yeah. So, I was gonna ask, how does music, and how do you incorporate music or like listening to music into your comedy? Like if any way, maybe you listen to Pink Floyd long enough, or maybe in one of your benders where you were like, yeah, fuck, that changed my fucking life. You feel me? Or on Adderall or some shit like that. I don't know if I would go as far as say like music ever. I love music so much, but I wouldn't say that it like I got that deep into it, but I take like inspiration from like E40. I think E40 is one of the funniest rappers ever. And he's one of my favorite rappers. So like, what about Mr. Fab? Because he does stand up as well. Yeah, I don't know if E40 does, but E40 is pretty funny. E40 is hilarious in his raps, like the way that he raps, the things that he says, the way that he says shit is just fucking hilarious. Got it. So,
What music do you listen to?
I listen to a lot of shit. I listen to like classic rock, but I listen to a lot of rap, a lot of like Tech
Who would you want to meet like in person?
No one.
No one.
I don't have like a hard on for like meeting famous people.
Got it. Or no. It would be cool. You know, what about like? Do you go to concerts?
Yeah, kind of. I don't like people. I'm fucking cool. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, like, not to say it wouldn't be dope to meet like the people that I like.
No, I'm not saying like to meet. Like, for example, I went to Larry June's concert. I didn't get to meet him. I just got to get to shoot him. But it was a great experience in my book.
Sure. I would like to open for Tech Nine.
Look at Ernest.
Is that Ernest Evangelista?
Yeah.
I love that guy. He's one of my favorite people. He's great. But Tech Nine is fucking wonderful. I mean, I would, because like I wanted to see. Did you see the Metallica concert, or like it was like Guns N' Roses, Ozzy, like this crazy lineup? You know how much those tickets go for?
How much?
Like $900.
Yeah.
For general admission. So like $40 to see like one of my favorite artists.
No,
like,
I'm not saying like I would have went. I should have invited some people too, but it's okay. I don't go to concerts for I don't pay for concerts anymore.
Right. Well, that's how I feel about comedy shows.
So
I feel you.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not gonna go spend money to see almost any
because I've been to all these big venues like at Greek Theater, at like San Jose Improv, for example, for comedy.
Right.
I'm not gonna go see an open mic unless I'm like friends with them, the people.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or I started shooting comedy, doing open mics. Or actually PJ got me into it because PJ invited me to Sammy Obeid's show, and then British John got me, or like Sammy went down to the door, but he went up and took me to the green room, and I was not supposed to be in the green room at all.
Whose show is this?
Sammy Obeid.
Oh, nice.
So I shot for Sammy like 3 or 4 times after that, like for his co-comedy, for a low-key comedy, then for his show at Cobb's just solo, with tips, for example.
Right.
Like I that's how I started. Like for all you comedy photographers just trying to start, like I would suggest starting at open mics, meeting the comedians and actually talking to them and making some connections instead of just trying to get to the headliners, you know? Because the openers at music events and comedy shows are the people who get you into the big shows by inviting you to shoot for a big like headliner.
Yep.
And then that's how I got into photography. So that's a word of advice for you guys, just getting started in photography.
If you want to get farther in photography, I would recommend not charging me any money when you shoot my events. It'll get you very far. Cheers.
Cheers.
That's what I recommend. No, dude. Of course, you got to try. Artists got to get paid. Photographers have to get paid. Photographers are artists. They have to get paid. Anyone that provides a fucking service, dude. You're a commodity. You're not just like a fucking. You're important because a video on your phone sucks. No one wants to see that shit. No one wants to see that shit.
Yeah,
that's not gonna get you very far.
And there's so many different like avenues. Like I could go do a like I'm doing a maternity shoot next weekend.
Right.
I'm doing a variety show this week.
Yep.
I'm doing like a EDM artist headshot this Sunday.
And that's all money.
And it's all money, and it's all experience.
Do you use TaskRabbit?
TaskRabbit, not quite yet.
Oh, you need to get on TaskRabbit.
You gotta put me on.
Oh, you gotta get on TaskRabbit.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Let's set it up after this.
Yeah. My homie gets a lot of clients off of TaskRabbit for photography and like editing.
And like if you get a nice hold, or not hold, but if you gain the connections, I think doors open wide in certain situations.
Yeah. I always recommend going out and fucking just networking every day.
Yeah.
You have a dot card?
I do.
Yeah. Tap in that.
Let's get sponsored, bro.
Yeah. Oh, no,
let's do a spot. Let's do an ad read.
Yeah, I've already put like 4 or 5 comics on to dot cards within a week.
I put photographers onto dot cards. Yep.
So, the advertisements and sponsorships will come. I already know it. I'm gonna get my chi-chi. I'm gonna get all the chi-chi that I need. I'll tell you that right now.
It's just dotting is so much easier because even if their phone is like sucks and very slow, you could scan the QR code on the back.
Right. Yes, because some phones So that's the problem. Is some phones don't have the tap feature, and then some phones don't have the QR feature on the camera.
Got it.
So they have to install a separate app.
Like
QR.
on Samsung's phones, some of them.
Yeah, and those are the people that I don't want coming to my shows anyways. So that's fine.
That's PJ laughing in the background.
No, yeah. If my dot card doesn't work on your phone, please don't come to my shows.
I've had multiple people in the last few days or like last few events I dotted them and would wait like for 5 seconds until it pops up.
Nice. You have a dot card too?
I got him on. I put him on. If you buy 2, it's like $5 off.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah, I bought one, $20. The service is free, no problems. And then some people bought they got the whole bundle, so you get like the little crazy magnets or some shit sticker thing. I don't know what the fuck it is. I'm not buying it, but because the one dot is fine for me. I don't need to get crazy.
The only problem with me is I keep it in my fanny pack when I go to shoot events, and I have to take it out. Sometimes I lose it within my pockets, and then it's like, fuck. If it was on my phone and I could tap the back of someone else's phone with my phone, I couldn't lose it because it's on my case. So maybe that could be a way to use it. The little button thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
I might do it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that.
Just be like, hey, bro. Let's tap the phone.
I would rather suck a dick than tap my phone against somebody else's phone. What are you talking about? You out of your mind?
You know that iPhones are gonna have on iOS 17, you're gonna be able to AirDrop by just tapping other people's phones. So just like what I said.
So like what I just said?
Yeah.
Never doing it.
Never doing it.
I'm not tapping my phone against your phone. If somebody came up to me with their dot card, I wouldn't let them touch my phone with it. Never.
Would you hand it? I wouldn't hand it to someone because I've had people be like, so they're like drunk or something. They try to grab it from me.
Right.
Like try to take it because they think it's like a regular business card.
I tell them straight up like this: "You got a phone?" They're like, "Oh my god."
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh my god, you're so funny." I'm like, "Hey, you got a phone?" They're like, "Yeah, of course I have a phone." I'm like, "Great, give it to me." And I pull my shit out. I say, "Pull your phone out." And I tap, and we're done. I feel like some people make it awkward. Like a couple of my friends, they make it awkward, and they're like, "Oh, well, I got this thing." And give me your phone. Right?
You gotta be persistent.
No, you gotta just be. Dude, I did door-to-door sales for a fucking 6 or 7 months. I was very, very good at it, right? And that's where I realized about I could do with the dot card. It all came together, dude. It's all coming. Life, the journey, is a beautiful thing, man. If you sit and reflect on it.
Yeah.
Dude, that dot card changed the game for me. I've gotten 160 something followers within this last month.
Well, you could check the stats on the dot card, right?
No, I emailed them and already asked them, and you can't.
Oh.
I asked how do I see the analytics from all the times I've tapped? What links are they clicking? How do I know this? Because Linktree does that.
Yeah, Linktree does it. Yeah.
And it's a shame that they don't have that.
That sucks.
Because they have the analytics.
Yeah.
They have them, but you're not able to see them. And it would help me out a lot because I like to look at numbers. I like to look at exacts. I don't like to look at oh, what do I think it is? Who the fuck is Johnny Scott? I don't know. I hate getting random followers on the fucking phone. Look at us, 2 guys looking at our phone while we're supposed to be having a podcast. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, what's a podcast, man? What's a podcast?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I was looking at questions.
Yeah. I'm not your teacher. You don't gotta lie to me. You were texting. I saw you. You fuck.
I was looking up the dot thing. I was looking at my dot.
For what? The analytics?
Yeah.
There's no analytics.
Yeah, there's no.
Stop lying to me. This fucking guy.
I'll cut that out. No, I won't.
You're gonna cut this whole 30 minutes out, dude. Huh?
You can edit that right out.
Yeah, we're gonna edit out the entire fucking second half of this podcast, dude.
Let's spend 5 minutes or 3 minutes. Just outro.
Talking about what? What is it left to talk about?
What spots do you have coming up?
I got a couple spots on my dick coming up right now, dude. They're red, and the one looks like it has pus in it. I got a spotted dick, and it didn't even come in a can. What do I want to talk about? I don't know, dude. Let's talk about this. What spots do I have coming up? I'm doing the Valhalla. You're shooting that. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a great show. It's gonna be the wrestlers. It's gonna be the comedy. It's coming up August 4th. It's gonna be at the Monkey House.
Monkey House.
Yeah. It's in like Berkeley or North Oakland. Not much of a difference there, but Oakland or somewhere out there. The Monkey House. And what else? I got the Mission Cannabis Club every Sunday. I have Maze every Friday and Saturday. I'm over there too. And if you want to see more dates, you just literally just always, I'm on Instagram. I always post my stuff. If it's something big that I want people to come to, I post it. You know, I don't post open mics. I don't post bullshit. I post shit that I know it's going to be dope. Because I hate posting my shit and my people come and there's nobody there except my people.
Got it.
I hate that. Because then I'm just doing comedy for my fucking 4 friends that came out.
Yeah. You want way more diversity.
Yeah, they deal with me.
You want to actually riff off the crowd if needed. You know,
they deal with me as much as they want to deal with me already.
Exactly.
They don't need to deal with me on stage with a microphone.
Yeah.
So yeah, I only promote shit that I know is gonna be dope as fuck. So Instagram is where you're gonna find that at. Sometimes Facebook.
What's your Instagram? Just have it.
It's my first and last name.
Just have it above your head. I'll put it up above your head.
Right here.
Yeah, in between those fingers.
So yeah, tonight we're going to the first edition out in Oakland. It's right off of the 18th and 19th Street, Oakland BART.
Yep.
So it's really exciting. That's a beautiful show too. It's got all the foliage, a lot of like plants and vines. And
Definitely gotta go and shoot it. Yeah, I'm down.
You should. Yeah, you should come take some pictures. Fuck it.
Just gotta drive in. Yep, got it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
What I got coming up is check out my website, DannyWithTheShot.com.
Yeah, that's dropping today, right?
No, that's a different website. That's I have a website dropping with my prints coming out like probably today or tomorrow, which should be yesterday for you and today for you. Yeah.
It's coming out whenever you see this. Whenever you see
the
this
fuck
video,
you see this. Whenever the fuck you see this.
If you made it this far into this fucking podcast and you stayed all the way to here, go to this dude's fucking website because obviously you think he's dope. So go look at the fucking website, you buy a print, and you suck my dick. Buy my record.
And pay him money.
Pay me more money.
And buy his merch.
If you don't buy my mug, I'm gonna kill myself.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wait.
And you're welcome.
Harry Simmons, Guillermo, last name.
Are these your lovers or what? What are you doing?
Next show, we have guest Harry Simmons, Guillermo. I forgot his last name, but he's a very, very talented bass player, and my friend Groovy Chew. So
your neck tattoo looks like a fucking porterhouse steak. This is a picture of his neck tattoo right here, right above my hand. You can see it. It looks like a porterhouse or a ribeye steak.
Okay, I think we could end on that. Thank you all for watching. If you stayed till the end, subscribe and like and comment and follow Mark Noyer on Instagram and DannyWithTheShot on Instagram and all other platforms. So peace out and follow Bass Podcast.
Go fuck yourself.
Exactly.